The button is doing things. Okay. No, please.
Using your computer.
Oh, I have non-copyrighted music. Wait, I'll play the Broadside soundtrack. Okay, so here we are. Actually cleaned up a little bit on my battle map, but nobody will notice.
I found the horses.
Why are they barking?
Yeah, I wanted
They
to
don't
clean
want
this shit
anything
up.
to do with us, which seems smart.
Whoop. Yeah, no horses.
You haven't cleaned up everything, but you still haven't noticed after all these months.
Ja, wat heb ik nog niet weer gedaan?
This.
Yeah, but that's where you fuckers are. So.
It's like a painting, and
Don't worry about it.
And the artist is signed.
Ja.
His name.
Så sticker mitt op de map tekenen en wij tot dat het fiets.
Oh, that I will notice. That I will notice.
I did that months ago and it's still there.
What have you done where?
Oh, zo'n autisme is getriggerd.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
No, this is the session now. This is now the session.
As you would say.
Ik heb het gevonden.
It's not here.
Nope.
Is it the little square over here?
No,
On the right side? Oh
don't
god.
worry.
Oh, now I'm worrying. Okay.
Yeah. The basic human behavior. When in doubt, draw penis.
Time to penis, yeah, okay. That's if you give a player in a game an option to draw something, then there is the time to penis, which is the yeah. What were we doing again? You, MFers, are still in the city of Molossa momentarily, and through actually quite a proper execution of not really the plan you set out with, but at least something that formed along the way. You managed to bungle your way to very close to where you wanted to be. You did blow up a teller's house with a bullet. You kidnapped a French bulldog who is apparently still with you at this point. And managed to talk your way somewhat out of a conversation with the captain of the guards of the palace of the king. You made it through 3 zones of security, and then, well, your target came to you in the form of Black Lenas. Having had a good conversation with both Tolgrim and a certain person of the Illish Republic named Oberek Siltfallen and his protege Undra, let's call her that, you decided to confront Black Lenas to see what is going on, as he was rapidly approaching your location. As to why, well, maybe the bullet had something to do with that. And yeah, I would like you guys to inform me of how you saw that conversation. Like, how did you guys feel? What did you take from that conversation? How did you interpret it? That's what I'd like to know now. I will also put the black box over Yannick. Yeah.
You mean conversation with Black Lenas?
Yeah. What did you guys, how do you interpret that conversation? How do you see him as a character right now?
That he's beyond saving, that he, well, in his thought process is striving for something good, something greater, because he knows that the powers we are fighting cannot be battled with the powers we as common persons have. But as old party members, I think he's beyond saving now. He's clearly in league with the evil bad guy.
Yes. But he thinks he's right. He thinks he's
Yeah,
doing
for
the best
me,
thing.
in his eyes, he is the good guy,
He's
or
a
mean,
he's
great
He's just gonna do
character.
whatever is
doing
necessary.
he's falling very far into the ends justify the
Yes,
means.
yes.
Indeed.
Yeah, tool have the middle, yes.
Nolan believes he has lost his ways. He's no longer the friend he knew he was, and he's just making. Even though he thinks he's doing the good thing, there's no distinction anymore with the evil he's hunting. So
Okay.
he became a Sadyani's pawn.
He became as worse as the monsters he's claiming
Yeah.
to want to stop or hunt.
All right.
Especially because he did not at all veto using the souls of Dario's people. He was like, I won't use them unless I have to, but I will absolutely use them if I have to.
Yeah, and he's not honest at all. He clearly that tries to deceive us by charading Satyane.
As the
Also-
king, which he's not a king, so
Which begs the question, where is the king?
dead.
What do you do with him?
yeah.
I
Inside
can't
the souls.
imagine the king's on holiday and
Forever.
relax.
Aruba, Jamaica.
This is great. You have someone who could take my place while I go take a holiday. Yeah, sure.
Don't
No,
worry about a thing.
It's a devil, but it can't be worse than my wife, so it's fine.
Morally gray because he's doing evil things, but
It's
Boris
what's-
doesn't know enough to.
The things he's saying right now. Oh, sorry, I interrupted. I should stop talking.
No. Go ahead.
I mean, the things he's saying right now is like what Cassius's mindset was like a year ago or something. It's like I have a right goal, so it doesn't matter what I do to achieve it because my end goal is right,
And my way is the good way, and
which makes him
Yeah.
extremely dangerous.
He's doing evil things, but the goal is not necessarily evil.
The goal is to stop another evil, but at some point
Yeah.
he's
Are we the
crossing
baddies?
lines. He's crossing lines himself, right?
Yeah. Oh, he's already crossed
Yes.
them, but
With the whole meddling with souls,
It's like
Cassius
one,
was bad, but it was not meddling with souls bad.
yeah, Blacklist once told us the difference between good and bad, and that not everything is light or dark, but there is gray and
A
shades.
lot of
And
gray.
that makes sense. But nevertheless, that story doesn't really go up now.
indeed.
Yeah. Also, Cassius doesn't know enough about the whole arcane gates and whatever he's building, but that isn't all sunshine and rainbows in itself, right? The whole we can reach other worlds and stuff, like who knows if that is without consequences or actions. Cassius doesn't know much about multiversal travel and planes of existence, but the brief things he has seen in his brief time with you guys has not been. This is the plane of Elysium where everything is great and beings of friendship and love are in this dimension.
An awful place. Okay. So with that, however, Gord, you briefly became... Well, you succumbed to the rage within. And maybe not all of it was someone else's rage. You took the initiative to try and get to him. And for a brief moment you saw confusion on Black Lannis's face, as he hadn't expected that. Hadn't expected that word of betrayer to come out of your mouth. There, he took his leave. But he only teleported a short distance, about 500 feet. and you know exactly where he is still, which perhaps in his arrogance he doesn't quite know yet that there is something that allows you to track him. But because you reached for the king that was standing next to him, this entire place is now under high alert. The mages on the city walls have been activated, and without a shadow of a doubt, you know that you are being closed in on. And finally, you also still know that the Pact Stone, at least the large one, is still deep underneath the cliff that this city is built on, way down, unguarded for the moment, as Black Lena's and the king, or should we say Seth, is at large on the surface. So, the way this is going to go, you are still standing in one of the historical centers of, let's call it the third perimeter, the noble district, not quite yet the king's castle. Cassius, although you've never been here, or not as deep into it, you've been to the outer perimeters, to the you've done jobs around this place. You have seen schematics, but plenty. Not so much from the King's Keep, but at least from this place. You know your way around. You know there are places of access. However, that knowledge will only bring you so far as you've only heard stories told of when this place goes into high alert. I would like all of you, in the very round that all of this begins, we're not going to roll initiative. I'm going to allow you to speak. And I'm going to go basically who wants to take an action, and then we'll go down the list of people. So I'm not going to lock you in. If you want to help each other or do things together, then I will allow that to happen. This will be a skill challenge, so you can use your resources as are appropriate. And of course, I will say that the flashback system is still in place to a certain degree. I will say the flashback will now reset to your time in the guard tower.
Okay.
It's no longer going back to the Thieves Guild. It is now your little planning session against Black Lena's. That is where we will return to.
But do we at this point know what is chasing us? Who these mages are, what their capabilities are, how dangerous they are? Have they like a well-known name? Oh no, it's the Elite Death Squad. Everyone knows them. Don't meddle with them. Or...
Yes, they are the Instant Death Squads. Everybody roll a DC 30. No. So that is something you'll have to find out. Like, that is definitely something that a flashback could be used for. That's a big die. It actually made it. That's great. That's not a good roll of that D30.
It exists?
They all exist. Can you like do a...
D100 gaat hij ook maken? Of?
Ja,
Ja, D100 is
wel. Well, or like an actual 100-sided.
D16, is it D16?
At one point, it's just mathematics. Huh?
Yeah.
So
And
if you roll a D pi, does it break? Because it has like one side.
probably, yeah.
D100 is 2, of course. Yeah.
2d10s.
Oh, it doesn't make an animation for it. That's a good roll. Anyway, let's stop shitting up the chat here because holy crap, you mongrels. Anyway, so yeah, the flashbacks are in place, and you can see if you can do the thinking along the way, of course, as well, and hope somebody rolls a good history check. Somebody being Cassius. To start off
We're
with,
notoriously good at anything.
yes, exactly, exactly. I will say, I will allow all of you individually to roll perception. As you
Now or yeah.
now.
First roll.
First roll is a 2025 for you lot.
Yep.
Yep, keep it coming.
Be awesome.
All right.
Please, someone crit.
Well,
Oh
I mean,
no, almost. There's a 2 in there.
Yes, mine.
I mean,
Okay.
Cassius just does plus a million or something. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Plus
did.
11, which admittedly is still a lot, but
Okay, yeah, that's a 24. That's kind of good. Okay, so freeze frame.
I am currently still a bat in the sky, right? That did happen.
Yes.
still, Or are we? Yeah.
Oh yeah. With that, does that incur blindness for you?
I don't
Lastig evening,
think
innit?
so.
Well, that escalated.
No, I have polymorphed into a bat.
Yeah.
It's like
So
Not-
that would
I don't have
be
blind sight. I don't have blindness. I have blind sight, which I can't use while deafened, and advantage on wisdom checks that rely on hearing,
hearing.
perception checks.
Yeah. And your eyesight is horrendous,
My eyesight
probably.
is normal according to D&D rules.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think in real life a bat has the same eyesight as a human.
Bats can't
Okay.
see. They just
Yeah.
Okay. So then that was
dark.
all right. So I will allow that perception check to stand then, but you are polymorphed into a bat, but you retain your mental
I retain my mental
faculties.
statistics because
Okay.
I used the cloak of the bat to do so.
Very good. Okay, just check it. So you are up in the sky. Roll a 24. So you have a pretty good idea of what's going on. I will say that currently you see a number of things happen. As the alarm was raised, well, those you wouldn't be able to see, that's fine. You see a number of bright little flashes and the howling and barking of strange dogs that you're not as familiar with. They sound off somehow. And you see one of them leap across the roofs, jump in the air and vanish and appear on the other roof and keep running towards you. Then you see a summoning ritual of some kind is being performed by a number of mages. And I will say, with the roll you did, a number of these groups, you see some mages have cast fly and are slowly moving towards the center of where you are, staff at hand. And one of the summoning rituals has already been completed. And you as a player will definitely know what this is, but I don't think Cassius has ever seen this.
He's seen a lot of things he's never seen before
yeah.
in the past 3 weeks since he's met the party. And this
You
is just-
see a strange green floating head, but that's all you can make out.
green floating head.
And then, on the opposite end, at the castle gates, two large columns that stand as decorations next to the palace entrance, should I say, are coming to life as two enormous carved figures, their eyes light up and are starting to walk towards your location. They are walking slowly, but they are taking large strides to do so. You are effectively surrounded by mages on the walls, slowly closing in. These little blinking lights and these green heads that are floating in the sky. Who's taking the first action?
As I remember correctly, Gord walked 60 feet front.
Yeah.
Pursue. So he's a bit before.
Yeah. By the way, Gorn,
Yes.
you haven't been told any of this yet because it's not Cassius's go yet. That was the thing. I will say, Boris and Gord, the two of you, definitely noticed the statues coming to life at the castle gate. And you saw a strange green light at the edge, but you're not quite sure. Guessing you're not flying too high right now with your boots of flying, Gord?
Not too high, probably.
No, so you wouldn't have seen that. Yeah. I will say, so you saw the statues. Also, Black Lena's teleported near where those statues are coming to life.
Yes, what can we do? What can we do?
I mean, I have an overview, so I'll
Yeah, if you can communicate.
mentally communicate this to
Yeah.
everyone
Yeah.
who's in the connection, which would be my party,
Everyone
not
but
Boris,
me.
and then Lynn, should she happen to be in range at this point. So she knows exactly how fucked we are.
Yeah.
Would I know an entrance to like a sewer here or a route that gets us away from here?
Yes. Now, you know of these access points. I will say, roll me survival or investigation, one of the two. You can choose to see that you know the nearest one from your location, because this is all from memory.
Okay.
Nice.
I think.
That's almost a
Okay.
7, but it was not.
Yeah. So you have options. There are a lot of sewer grates here. All right. Right now, I will say you have 4 options. Okay. It's either, and I need to make notes of this, hang on, because I'm gonna do this properly. One is towards the castle gate. The 2 is back to the merchants district, where the guard tower is and where the guard captain was. Three is the closest to the edge of the city. And 4 is to the outside of the city. This is the very opposite end of where you are, and probably the longest path to take.
And which one would be the closest towards where we currently are? The
That would
second
be
one?
the castle.
Oh, the castle.
So, yeah, so
Towards the...
we'll say, for simplicity's sake, so the castle is north, the guard captain is south, the edge is east, and the longest route that you take the deepest, the most urban sprawl, let's say, towards the edge, is the west. Now, no, I'm not gonna say anything here.
Okay. Then I need to make this somewhat quick and brief because I need to send it out
Yeah.
mentally to my peeps fast, and I can't do. Okay, so basically we've got 4 options here. So let's go over them in the. We can't do that. So I'll just say we're surrounded.
There's always a flashback, but I think you've got one left.
Yeah, but I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
This kind of specific information.
Yeah.
Anyway, like all Cassius would know is, what do we do if they call in the elite guard? Then we run because we are super. All I know about them is that the only advice we have in the Thieves Guild for them is don't be there when they show up.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just say we're surrounded. They have mages, dogs, and whatever those statues are. We have a sewer grate to try and escape from, which is towards the castle gate, because that's the closest one that we have, and I'd be directing us to the closest one. I'm not gonna waste time or even cause confusion by giving multiple possible ones.
Does Boris have enough military insight to understand that it's better to retreat or to push forward?
That is for Boris to decide.
Yeah.
If Boris,
because falling back to the captain guard does sound very tempting. But Boris doesn't know whatever you're saying, so.
No, but everyone else knows that Boris is not in the connection, so I'm assuming someone who's next to Boris is gonna grab him and say, Cassius says this way.
Because Boris is thinking we need law in order to take control of this situation.
They are doing it right now.
Yeah, they're coming for us right now.
Yeah, the mages, but not the guards. Are the mages the guards?
Yeah, part of.
They're part of the guard, yeah.
Yeah.
The SWAT team.
The only one that can call them off. The only one that can call them off is the fucking captain of the guard. All I'm saying.
Are the mages like a protective service for the king, and the guards are still a separate entity, or are the mages also do they fall under the captain guard?
Roll a history roll for that.
Or we told they were under Captain Ileana Vos, the ranger.
So let's see what Nolan rolls. Because it's his question. Okay, so you can remember from planning that there are 4 perimeters. You have the outer grounds, you have got the trade district, you've got the inner wall with the noble district, and then you have the castle. You have the first perimeter. You didn't meet that guard commander. That's Rilis Branick. Sorry. The second perimeter. That's Captain Ileana Vos. She commands that area. And the third perimeter is Valgrim Stonefist. And he is also for the nobility and for the castle itself.
And he's on board with what we're doing, so I think Boris is gonna scream aloud, fall back to the tower. I'm gonna start moving backwards. Because I don't have all the information.
Yeah, you don't know what
I'm gonna move backwards to the tower. Best option in my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Also the one who can get us into the castle, basically.
Okay.
We convinced him, so.
You'll see Gord being very conflicted. And you see the conflict and watching him to Blacklands into the group, Blacklands in the group. And you see him change into Blacklands. That's his action. Slap himself so we can slap Blacklands.
Oh boy.
And then I'll yell at Boris, Cassius knows a way. Let's stick together. with frustration in his voice, and I'll fly my 30 feet towards the group, or the way
Towards-
Cassius is directing
Towards
us.
the sewer grate.
Yeah, towards the sewer grate, the way Cassius is saying.
I think
Yeah.
that's the way you were walking.
Is that
Yeah.
the way?
Castle, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
but
Castle.
Flaskman
You're in
also
front,
doesn't
Okay,
know.
so-
I'm in front then.
Yes.
Cassius would have caught
I'll
up with you.
This way, Boris. Let's stick together.
Okay, I'll slide and I'll turn around and I'll stop and run around. Come on, move it. I'll take the rear guard.
Yeah, then, well, I was just gonna
But I
follow.
don't hear shit, so you
no,
guys
yeah,
need to
well,
guide me.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know if I need a flashback for this, but at a certain point, I would have said to the Captain Tolgrim that if we don't have means, since we are out there, we don't have any means to contact him, so it would go through Greven. I would have told him I would send a message via the sending stone to Kephalos, who will then relay the message to him.
Okay, that would be a flashback moment if you want to communicate with him.
Yes.
So this is the interesting thing. You can indeed retroactively communicate with him if you want to. So, okay. I will consider that. So that's you down. I should have noted this down. I didn't know. I need the bonds. I need bonds.
Flashback check, so that's
Yeah.
definitely down.
Okay. So yeah, you guys keep track of your flashbacks, because otherwise I'm gonna screw it up anyway. I
Yeah.
believe in your honesty.
Who has used it already?
Give
I
or
now
take.
have-
I'll take it.
I have one in use.
I've used one.
I have used none.
Okay.
And we had
One.
2 each, or?
Yeah.
Three. I'll use one.
Okay.
So when we are running, and Nolan now knows of the situation of based on what Cassius told him, he would use an action to activate the sending stone and yell, "Being chased by assassin mages in Olosso, contact Captain Tolgreen. Call of the manhunt. Current king is a fake. Contact me with good news. Run!"
Okay.
I like that.
Fly, you
The
fools!
sending,
Yeah.
it's like the sending message with like gunfire in the background.
Yeah.
I can't hear what he's saying. I can't hear what he's saying.
It's like
Acting as if he's running.
World War II fucking Bunker Hill kind of shit, like Fractal for air support.
Something like that. That's my idea. Yes.
Hate to disturb you, but we're in a bit of a pickle.
Yeah, Geflo's at his desk, like sipping some else. Damn it! You will, of course, get a reply from Kephalos. Oh, good. I will have the circle unlocked for you. 10 minutes. That was it. He's done. He's had worse. Okay. So you all move. Now, at that point, I need to check some things.
Bad things happen.
That is early. Okay. Okay. I just need to do this within 1,000 feet. Okay. I think I have too many wizards right now. I'm sorry.
Are they all wizards of the coast?
No, the coast is a bit further up. I mean, you can see it on the map, right?
Yep.
It's a bit to the north. Mm-hmm. Okay, we're not doing that yet. What's this file doing? Looks like a wonderful person. Up to what is that? Sometimes it says the distance, sometimes it doesn't. It's quite funny. Okay. So, Rolling some dice. Okay. And I have to check these fellas. That's 40. That's another 40. That's 80. That's 120. Okay. So, Cassius at the back. You passively see some of these teleportations becoming a little closer. At that point, I will say, did none of these guys have... This is a wonderful thing that I prep this, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna use these kind of wizards. And then I still have to go through the enormous fucking block of magic that they have. Okay. Ugh. Really? None of them? Okay, great.
Oh,
So-
no counterspell. Oh, that's pity.
No, that's not what I'm looking for.
They used all their spell slots earlier today, so
Yeah. What I would have done is get... Okay, one of them... Sorry. This is what I get for doing a session on a Monday after a day was work. Alright, so... You move towards the gates. That is when, let's... I'm just gonna keep opening and closing these. You get a visual as you're going. I'll put them on the map here. Of these two fellas. This is not to scale, they're not this close, but I just want you to know they're here. And that's 10 feet. Okay, and these are, of course, lumbering towards you. Behind them, you can also see that from the castle walls, there are a number of these blinking lights and a number of things being cast, and you see the flicker of magic. Then these guys are quite slow. Okay, so for now, this turn, as far as you're concerned, nothing much has happened. Second action. For you guys.
Close are we to the grate?
You're not quite sure, because there is not an exact location yet. Cassius knows the area it is in. It is at the back of an alleyway. Very close to the city gate. But you'll still have to look for
It's
it.
a couple of blocks away, probably. It's not
Yeah.
like we can see it in the distance. No, okay.
I mean,
No.
I'll spend my action trying to locate the exact location. So, because the moment I have it, I need to tell the others like it's
Yeah.
the third alley on Gord's left or something. Like,
Yeah. I will say that... Yeah, what's your movement speed right now?
as a flying back, it is
Yeah.
30 feet flying speed.
Okay, that's not too much. So yeah, you use
No.
action and dash, because I
And
don't think...
bonus action dash.
But do you have the bonus action? As a bat?
I don't know how that works.
Yeah. Because your form... Your abilities carry with your form, right?
I mean, if we're ruling that, then I don't have my telepathy anyway.
Yeah, no, okay. But the like physical ability, that's actually... that's a hard one. Anyway, I will rule... Fine, I'll allow you to have the cunning action as a bat. That's probably going to bite me in the ass at some point.
Okay. I mean, I'm fine. I genuinely don't know how this works.
Yeah, I'm not gonna dig through the rules for it, but so you do 90 feet. Yeah?
Sure.
Okay.
I would want to help Cassius, having keen mind, always knowing where north is and knowing exactly where we already walked. If it would help him in defining where the great would be, I would help telepathically in.
Okay. Then I will say I will allow another survival roll with advantage this time.
And I'm the one who has to make the
Yeah.
survival.
Okay, 16. Then I need one of these guys. I could have sworn. Okay. Okay. I need you. I'll allow another perception roll for you as well. You do, with Nolan's help, you somewhat center because the entire city itself isn't perfectly set to the north, and you sort of adjust yourself. Make a perception roll. And you can see where, well, at least the alleyway where this thing is. Okay.
Bam.
Alright, I see everything.
Okay. And I just need to check one thing. Because magical battles, everyone, they're always fun. There we go. Yeah, no. Okay. So that's not happening. Okay, so you see a group of mages that have jumped down, or at least feather fell from the top of the walls, and you see one among them who is still floating in the air, and then drops it, falls to the ground, and casts something. This is basically in their turns as you've been seeing them. I'm gonna flow it a little bit more. And as he does, immediately look up at you. And points up at two other mages that are with him. So
Just a harmless little bat.
yeah.
Doesn't
I will say you I rolled a 20 and a 19 on their perception after they cast detect magic. And so they're like,
Magic is maar 30 feet, isn't it?
yeah, but I did say he drops down, and they also have telepathic bond, so he's not talking. And I'm just gonna say that these guys also have I described that before, that they have arcane eyes around as well.
Ah, that was...
So again, they are fucking prepared for this. This is what I tried to tell you guys.
We're fast.
Can we?
There's no way they are prepared for a guy being disguised as a bat flying around. That is.
Yeah.
They are
So
prepared for a lot of things.
that's that's two actions that I've taken away from these guys. So it's only this dude.
But I have been spotted.
You have been spotted, and they're going to try. Let's see here.
I mean, let's be real here. I have 1 hit point.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
It's
I
not-
used. Dude, you have no idea. I'm playing with a stacked deck of cards, but I needed to use the action of the two actually scary ones, and then I'm stuck with a fucking.
a light gust of wind is gonna.
Yeah, but this is. Okay, he's gonna try and hit you with a phantasmal force, this guy.
And just tell me what I need to. That is a lot of text.
Yeah. That's why I was still reading it. So you are not an undead or a construct, or at least big reveal now. Phantasmal force fails on Cassius.
I am dead inside. Does that count?
There you go. Yeah. So make a intelligence saving throw and see if it's all of this text is relevant or not.
Gord always tries to stay in the middle of the group for his aura.
Yeah, but I would be
Yeah, you're
higher
fine.
than. I would be higher than 15.
Yeah, you're
10 or
way
15, right? No, I would.
you're
not be
way
successful.
in front.
Saving throw. That's a normal roll, right? Not disadvantage. Because no, it's a mental statistic, so it's mine and not the bats, right?
Yeah.
Ooh.
With 1 point, you make the save. So
Nice.
for a moment, the entire city starts to bleed into it and into itself, and you start to see these strange things. The night turns to light, and there's all these things, and then you just shrug it off and almost fly into a wall, but manage to skirt off. So
I am
you are the man bat,
You are the man, Beth.
the yellow lantern. Okay.
That guy's within 60 feet, right?
Yeah. Well, of the bats. Yes.
Yeah, they're pretty close, and yeah.
Yeah. These guys have been
They
moving.
spent 2 rounds teleporting and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're pretty fast. Yeah.
Arcane Gate, technically, but yeah.
They went from a far place to a close space in the
Yes, exactly. And yeah, but you can see that these guys are around the sewer grate that you were trying to get to.
These 3 specifically.
These 3 specifically, but also other things are closing in, and you all hear of 2 giant statues walking towards you.
Do I have enough to direct the others in the party to where that sewer grate is?
I will say yes.
Yeah, then I'll spend the rest of my action doing that and giving us.
Yeah, the description of the sewer grate is, so you have the main roads, which has partially an open sewer in the middle of it as it collects, and then it goes down an alley, downhill a little bit, and at the end of that alley, so it is a little cul-de-sac where there's some hovels, but actually this is still the noble district, so it's basically the backs of the building. You have a few windows here and there where they might throw their refuse out of but for these are high walls, a alleyway which is about 120 feet maximum, and at the end of it you see this drop where there's a large sewer grate that is of course locked and has now these 3 standing next to it for now.
Alright, so that means everybody except Boris now knows where they're trying, or where we are trying to get to at this point.
Yeah. So I will say I'll put these guys. I'll put these 3
That's
on the
great. You
boards.
just have to follow someone who knows what they're doing. It would be
Okay.
way worse if you were at the front not knowing where to go.
There you go. So these are these fellas. Okay. So who's doing what?
Just following.
Yeah, I'm
Dennis'
still
instructions.
running until
Ours.
I'm close enough to actually do something.
But they're faster than us.
Yeah,
And
but we
the
have
grate is pretty far.
Are they between us and the greats right now?
They are standing on top of it basically, and they've just used all of the movement they have to get there, and yeah.
Right where we're headed.
They
Yeah.
knew. They know about the grain.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast second level bless
Okay.
for helping on those saving throws, and I will bless everyone around me. That's everyone except Cassius then. Sorry, buddy.
It's fine.
All right.
So Boris, Nolan, Dario, and myself for keeping are blessed.
Okay.
And I will try to stay in the middle of the group or a bit in front, that everyone gains a benefit from my aura. And hope we don't get fireballed by 3 men.
Okay.
Maybe we should spread out a little bit.
I will keep it.
Stay in the aura. No wait. Stay in the aura. No wait.
Not in a. I will tell everyone don't stand in a straight line for a lightning bolt or a fireball in a group.
Zigzag.
That's
Serpentine.
But like, stay
lava.
close enough that we can help each other, huh? That's...
yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah.
The duality. Okay.
But I would keep pushing towards the great. I would still advance.
Okay. So, anyone else doing anything special before I
Keep an eye out for possible threats.
No,
right?
not really.
The only
Indeed,
thing I
keeping an eye out because.
Okay, Boris, okay, fine. Boris and Dario make perception rolls then. Okay, Boris. You now hear barking behind you. And you notice that at the tail of where you are, but I'm gonna run out of fucking screen space on a... I will say, actually, I should roll for this.
Ik heb voer van mommige, maar de monitors gaan een halve prijs.
This is 1440p, but I've got it zoomed in. Okay, so I will say, so let's put you guys a little bit in the order that you might be in, right? It's gonna be important. Overrec and underrec can go away for a bit. Not relevant for now. Boris, you see these fellas arrive on the scene. And they are not quite within range, but they just appeared in front of you, or behind you, should I say.
That's the teleporting dogs.
Yes.
How far away are they and how close are they?
I would say right now they're about 60 feet away from you.
How close are they together?
They're close. I mean, they might have come from different... I will say they are about 10 feet away from each other. I'll do that on the map like that.
So with one dispel magic, I could dispel them both or just one of them?
That would be one. But these are creatures, as far as you can tell.
Then I'm not gonna do that, and I'm just gonna call out, watch out, dogs coming in.
Dogs.
We
Alright.
have a dog of our own!
Yeah. Throw the. They're here for him. They're here for him. Can I can see the dogs behind me, right?
Yeah.
Then I am going to cast, since they're dogs and they should be very perceptive with smell. I'm gonna cast Stinking Clouds on both of them.
Ooh.
Okay.
Be reeling and retching if. Oh, but
Okay, Stinking Clouds. 20 foot radius. Each creature completely within the cloud at the start of its turn must make a Constitution save. Okay. And they are... Okay. Good. Good to know. So I'll put them in there from memory's sake. All right. So that's all of your turns.
Yes.
Then it's so you're all still moving forwards, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. So first of all, because I still have it up actually, because they have advantage on smell, nah.
It's a
Okay.
disadvantage here, no? It's thinking.
Yeah, it's not really by the rules, but I'll give you this much. So I will roll the Constitution save with disadvantage for these fellas. Okay.
Blink, that's a cute name.
What are you gonna do?
Dog. De
Peek,
Peek.
peek, ja.
Alleen als hij
Fire alarm.
Dat is maar een UPS, momentje.
But
is het een UPS.
That's delivery parcel.
Nee, universal power supply. Or uninterrupted power supply.
Ik ga even drinken halen dan.
Power supply.
Okay, so
If I see smoke, we should
Oh,
call
zonder.
the fire department.
thirsty. Don't think you hit me.
Yes, we know you're thirsty. We've seen your Tinder profile. Yeah, it's me.
Hey.
I shouldn't say stuff like that when we are live.
Below the belt. That's below the belt.
Bijzonder.
Didn't say it wasn't true.
You mean the profile with only bathroom selfies?
Is there another one? No, I mean the one where you're holding a fish like this.
Ah, in the bathroom, yes.
of course.
I don't
Like
know much
catfish.
about universal power supplies, but or uninterruptible power supplies, but I can't imagine it's good when it starts making beeping noises.
Well, it's apparently been interrupted, so it's not that uninterruptible.
Als een camera ineens weer uitvalt, dan shit weer te fire.
Is his background filter good enough? The green screen falls down and we see flames and smoke.
Waarschijnlijk is
Apparently-
echt of de batterij aan het leeg wordt.
Apparently, Iced Tea Green has an expiration date.
Ja.
And you found out because you read the expiration?
Ja, sorry jongens, als ik wegval, dan is het zo, maar ik moet die resetten. Dus
Ah ja, oké, ja.
3 months ago, and it
Die
doesn't
niet
taste good.
back to the console. We have the stream goes down, sorry guys, but I don't know what the fuck's going
Not
on.
burning down the house is more important than D&D.
Mm.
Eh.